We are now pleased to be joined by the head football coach of the Sequatchie County Indians, and that is Rusty McIntyre, joining us right here on Off the Bench Radio on Talk 102.3. And Coach McIntyre, thank you for giving us a little bit of your time on this Tuesday evening. How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. So, pretty eventful, game Friday night there against Marion County, and it came down to literally the final seconds of the game there. So, kind of give us for anybody that was not able to kind of keep track of this game, Coach, kind of fill us in on kind of how things played out and what led to Will Machado's final field goal attempt for the winner.
Well, They had the ball. Marion was driving late in the game, and I thought they were going to score. They were going to be the one scoring, but we were fortunate enough. Casey Hicks was able to punch the ball out, and we recovered the fumble down about the 10-yard line. And then, wasn't much time left, so I wasn't going to take any big chances. But then we had a couple kids. Hunter Minton broke a 30-yard run, and then Casey Hicks broke another 30-yard run, probably one of the best runs I've ever seen, and got us down, close to Machado's range. And, all of a sudden, okay, here we go. We got a chance to win it in regulation now. So fortunate the ball bounced our way, and then we had some kids that just make really timely plays for us.
Well, in this game last year, you just kind of compare this team to last year and this year. It was a 45-0 Marion County win, and now you guys held them to 10 points. Kind of, what was the mindset from your football team coming in and erasing that the doubt out of their mind that said, hey, we can compete against these guys. Yes, they're state ranked, but we are too. And we can go get the victory on our home field.
First off, Marion is really, really good, and they're extremely talented. But, we never really felt like they were 45-0 better than us.
Sure.
It was just kind of one of those nights. I can't put my finger on it. I've tried for a year to figure out what exactly happened. I've never quite been a part of anything where it just went off the rails as quick and as fast as it did that night. So, we've talked off and on throughout the off season and kind of getting ready for this game. We've got something to prove that they're not 45-0 better than us, that they are a really good football team, but we feel like we're a good football team as well. So that, a little bit of extra motivation in game prep, knowing that, we have to kind of avenge that showing last year that was not the real Sequatchie County team. But, our kids are very resilient. We're still pretty young. Last year we were really young, and it's just kind of a bad taste in their mouth. And that they can do that to you again if you don't go play well, that they can embarrass you again, and we just did not want that to happen.
Yeah, so we talk about it in sports media all the time, Coach, and I'm sure in coaching it's the same. But you talk about all three phases. Obviously, sounds like you guys can press that third phase, that kicking game. But my question is, talk a little bit about that kicking game, but also, do you say anything to your kicker before he goes out for a last-second field goal?
I told our coaches after the game, there's one person in the stadium that I was not worried about the pressure getting to him, and that was Will Machado. He's always just kind of even-keeled. Nothing ever bothers him. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low when it goes wrong, and it's just – we got in that situation, and I never even hesitated to give him a shot because I know he's going to stay relaxed, and he's really talented. He's been through a lot, and he's worked his way back. He's got a good leg. He's just one of those kids, and he had a special night. Heck, he punted the ball about as well as we could ask, keeping it away from Pickett and getting us changing some field position. So he did really well all the way around, but everybody's going to remember that last-second kick.
You're listening to Sequatchie County head football coach Rusty McIntyre right here on Off the Bench Radio on Talk 102.3. And, Coach, you mentioned a few of those young men that had big games like Casey Hicks and Minton, in your team's victory on Friday night. But, I guess talk about, guys like that and Sam Evans and just the leadership that this group and that these young men bring to you and your football team.
at the beginning of each year, we've kind of got into the habit of letting the players vote for their team captains. And this year, the 4 guys that they picked, a lot of times everybody picks the seniors and that kind of thing. But these, we've got a freshman, not a freshman. We got a sophomore, a junior, and 2 seniors. So we got kids across all age groups that have taken a leadership role. And, these kids just really like each other. They genuinely care about each other. They want to play hard for each other. And it's just a fun group. That Kason Hicks he's had a big game about every game. And, we're kind of getting used to that. But in reality, the kids don't care who has the big game. They just want to win, and they get excited for each other. It's just a fun group to coach right now.
You're a great run now. You don't like to look back as a coach, but obviously you go to South Pittsburg and get a hard-fought 1-point win. We just talked about what happened with this Marion County game, and then things get a lot easier. You go at Cofield, the 5-0 squad. So kind of talk about that South Pittsburg game and what's it mean to win, back-to-back, beating anytime you beat South Pittsburg and Marion County, and then to do it back-to-back weeks. And then also, what's it going to take to walk out of Cofield with a victory on Friday night?
Like you said, at any time you can go to South Pittsburg and come away with a win, that's a big deal. That coming off back-to-back state championships, and that Coach Stone does a good job down there, and they're extremely athletic, and I think they're going to be a handful for anybody the rest of the year. But just being able to beat a defending state champion was huge for us, and it was a big confidence boost, and to be able to do it with the way we did with a defensive stop, kind of give our kids some confidence on defense. And then, you got Marion come into town being one of the 2A favorites to win the championship this year, and to be able to make avenge a little bit a bad showing from the year before and just keep building confidence. And then to turn around and have to go to Cofield this week is, I joke all the time, like, who made this schedule? Who was in charge of this? But it's, we tell our kids that our regular season is about preparing to win in November and beyond. And, we tell them all the time, this is what it's going to take to win in November. There are no off weeks. There's no easy games. You got to be prepared to play against the best teams around the state every week. So going to play Cofield is just another opportunity to prepare us for the playoffs. I mean, they're 5-0. They've scored 50 points 3 times. They've given up 14 or less 4 out of the 5 games. Like, they're a really good football team, and for us to be able to pull this one out, we're going to have to turn the page on South Pittsburg and turn the page on Marion and really stay focused on Cofield and playing one play at a time and staying focused on the goal at hand. And that's the new cliche now. Everybody wants to go 1-0, but that's what we've got to do. We've got to make sure all our focus is on the present and not on what's happened in the past. So, it's keeping our eyes on our goals. These kids have set goals for what they want to achieve, and we just remind them each day what those goals are, so that we stay focused on that and not other things.